Hey, Formula One fans, welcome to the program. My name is Rory. You are in Paddock Headquarters. Thank you for watching. Today, I want to address or give an update as best I can on the 11th team applying for the grid in Formula One. So, as of, I guess, the end of June, we now know that there were more than five applications that were submitted to the FIA for consideration to be the 11th team. Now, when you say more than five, they also said that some of them weren't serious, which means they didn't have either the relationships, the original engine manufacturer, most importantly, the money to put in a successful application and field a successful team. So, if we have more than five applications, and let's just assume two of them are serious. We know Andretti General Motors Group has applied, and they're a serious application. They have the money and the resources to field a team. The second one is High Point. High Point already has a Formula 2 team, so their application is most likely legitimate and serious as well. Now, Ben Sulayem, he is the current president of the FIA. He is serving a 4-year term. He was elected at the end of 2021, and he is in support of adding the 11th team. So the FIA is very much in support of expanding Formula One. Liberty Media, the parent company of Formula One, is also, it appears, with CEO Greg Maffei, in support of adding an 11th team to the grid. Now, I believe the decision rests with the FIA. If a team submits their application, checks all the blocks, and there's no reason to deny them, I don't know why they would. So the two most powerful interests supporting an expansion of another team in 2026, the FIA and the parent CEO, Liberty Media CEO Greg Maffei, are in support. Now, Stefano, the Formula One CEO, he's under Liberty Media. He is against it. From best I can tell from the interviews, he is not in favor of adding an 11th team to the grid, as well as what appears to be most of the team principals and team owners. Obviously, they don't want to split the prize money, and unless they can really demonstrate an incredible beneficial financial benefit, they're not really in support of adding an 11th team. But I do not believe that the 10 teams have veto authority. I don't think they can knock out an application just because they don't want it. Clearly, Toto Wolff is not in favor of it. I don't think Fred Vasseur is, Toto being from Mercedes, Fred being from Ferrari. Neither one of them have said any comments expressing support. In fact, Toto was just the opposite. So, what else is going on? The 10 teams are currently in a Concord Agreement. The Concord Agreement, named after where it was signed, controls the television rights, the television money, and the prize distribution between Formula One and the 10 teams. So that's the Concord Agreement. That expires at the end of 2025 as well. So there's no need at this point, Formula One or the FIA sees no need to renegotiate that contract right now, because if you did that, you'd be giving more power to the teams, and they're not in a position to do that. It sounds like they want to decide what goes on with this 11th team. Everything is in place, and then when 2026 comes up, they'll address all of those issues. But it sounds like they're going to be awarding an 11th team on the grid. That's my bet as of right now. And I say that because the FIA, if it's their decision and Ben Sulayem is in high favor of it, if he's making the decision and the board and all of those folks, then it's going to happen. But to sweeten the pot, by adding Liberty Media CEO Greg Maffei into it, throwing his support behind it, then I don't see really how it's stopped, because I don't think any of the 10 teams, can stop or veto that 11th team from coming on the grid. So that's my take. I hope that helps. More than 5 applications were submitted. It sounds like only, maybe 3 or 4 of them might be really legitimate. It takes a lot of money and a lot of resources to even dip your toe into this pool. So let's see what happens. I would expect a favorable decision. I would expect some upheaval, and then I would expect acclamation to the decision as we move through next season and into 2026. Let me know what you think. Just my own personal opinion. At the beginning of the year, I was against expansion. I liked the 10 teams. I know there's some smaller tracks where it gets crowded, and obviously Monaco is the big one. And Monaco is really, I see it as a 2-day race because you have to do well qualifying, really well qualifying, which is the race before the race, to do well on race day. So I recognize some of these tracks are smaller and it will be crowded, but in my opinion, I think I've been won over. I would be okay with an 11th team coming onto the grid a couple of years from now, certainly. So that's kind of where I stand. I'd love to know if you're against it. More power to you. Let me know that you're against the 11th team joining and why. If you're for it, let me know. And now I said all of that commentary, even as an American, knowing that it appears Andretti and General Motors are the favorite at this point, and they would be adding an American team. But that is besides the point. That is besides the point. I guess my decision would be, can 11th team get up there, make it more competitive, and increase the sport? And I'm falling down right now on the side of yes, I believe that can happen. So anyway, let me know what you think. Thank you for watching the program. I appreciate it. You know, I drop a Formula One video, all things Formula One, every single day. I will see you tomorrow.